Hi there, it's Karen here. Happy New Year to you all, my dear friends. And I'm back with you today to do this little project I've been working on over Christmas. Bit of a clue here, lots of little boxes. So I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. We had a really lovely Christmas. It was a little bit different to our usual, but I'll tell you about that as we go along. So I just wanted to come on and just finish this project off. It is, of course, a Christmas project for next year, as all my Christmas projects have been this year, just through lack of time, starting late and all the rest of it. But I saw this video, over a month ago, probably towards the end of November, by Charlotte Peterson, where she had an advent calendar that she decorated for her grandchildren, and it was bought as a kit. I think it was Stamping Up, and it was lots of little boxes, all made out of white, like really good quality card stock, I think. I'm not quite sure what it was made of. And it made me think I'd really love to do one of those for Alyssa for next year. So I started looking on Amazon. It took me a couple of weeks to find what I wanted. Amazon, I looked in Hobbycraft and the works, and in the end I ordered this one, and it's all made of wood from the works. And it was only £13. I think it might have been a bit reduced because it was already into December before I ordered it. So these are the last few boxes that I have to cover, but I'll show you what I've done so far, and I'll show you what it looks like if I can, because it's quite large and I don't know how well I'll get it on screen, but it's this Christmas tree. So it starts off, it's just a wooden frame. I don't know if you can see you see the top of it there? I'll just bring it right, if I feed it through. So there's the top, and then it's all lots of little boxes. You see I've decorated some of them, and it goes all the way through down to the base here. And as you can see, I have painted it. I've painted the outside frame. I just can turn it without more falling out. Dark green. And it's just a green acrylic. It's quite glossy. I did gesso the first layer, which I don't think I needed to do in the end because I still had to give it 2 coats. And I did consider whether to paint the inner frame, all this bit here. But I decided that if I did, I was thinking of doing it, I could have done it green, the same as the rest. Or I was thinking of even doing it red, just as a contrast. But then I thought perhaps the boxes wouldn't show up as well if I painted that. So I've left it in the natural wood, and I think it's going to work quite well because of all the colours then really pop out of the little boxes. So as you can see, I have already decorated I've done 9 because they're all numbered. So I thought we might just finish working on this today and get it filled, because I'm loving this project. I'm enjoying myself so much. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do with you. And so let's get started. So I'm just going to put this aside, and then I'll show you what I've still got to do. Right. So I'm just going to put that on the side and hope I don't knock it over. So I have now got these last few boxes that I haven't done anything with. And what I decided to do was to choose 6 papers, and so that I've got 6 different papers that will kind of go well together and are relatively neutral. They're a bit patterned but not overly patterned. So I've got this one. As you can see, I've still got 6, but I've left 6 boxes left to cover. This one, although this one is slightly different. That's the only one that I had left in that, but I really like this one with the snowflakes on. So I had the other 3, because there's 4 of each, obviously. There's 4 of each pattern, makes 24 boxes. So the other one I had was this, which I've used for the other 3, which is similar, but a bit slightly different. So I thought I'd use this one for number 24, just because it's the only one like it. And then I've got a plaid. I've got a red with a gold spot. I've got green and gold Christmas trees, tiny Christmas trees, and a green with a gold spot. So I've got those, and I thought they really go nicely together, and I'm going to stick with those for the whole thing and just do 4 of each. So I've done the others. I've already covered all the other boxes, are already done. All I've got to do is finish these off. It was a bit tricky to work out how to cut these to size, because they're not a perfect 2-inch square, these boxes. They're just slightly under. So I tried drawing around them and then cutting them out, and they never quite turned out right. So I ended up doing 24 2-inch squares, and then just trimming down each one by a tiny little bit each side, just laying it on like that, trimming it along and cutting out the circle or the hot semicircle, because of course it wasn't the right shape to use one of my punches. It was just too narrow, so that didn't work. I thought perhaps I could just use my little punch, but no, that wasn't possible either. So it took me a while to get all these made, but now that they're done and they've all been inked around just to give them that final finished edge, but they all seem to fit quite well, so I'm quite pleased with how they've turned out in the end. It just took me a while to get there. So let's just get these, I'll just get a bit of paper to glue on. So I'm just going to get these bits of paper glued onto these boxes, and then we'll move on to the fun part, which is the decorating. And I've just used my tacky glue for these, and it seems to work, and it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Just move those aside for a moment. Yeah, it's a little bit of, just to get them properly into position, because sometimes they don't go on perfectly. Let's just wiggle that into place. Doesn't take a lot, because as I say, it took a while to get to the shapes right and the sizes right, but I think I'm pretty well there now. And it completely covers, because I did think about painting the boxes as well, maybe painting them white. I think I was kind of going by the fact that the advent calendar that Charlotte Peterson was using was white. It was a heavy-duty white cardstock. So I kept thinking, should I paint all this white, so it's like hers? But no, wasn't necessary, because you can't see any of this around, so I haven't bothered to paint these. They're fine as they are. And that glue seems to stick really well onto the wood. So let's just do the rest. There we are. They're all done. Didn't take very long. So now we can start decorating. So what I've got a little tray here of a variety of bits and pieces that I've picked out. Quite a lot of them I had already in my stash, hanging around. There's a puffy sticker here. There's a bit cut out from an old Christmas card here that I put a bit of glitter around the edge of. Which I may or may not use, but it says A for Angel. It's off a Christmas card. I've got quite a few different letters, but I thought it's also A for Alyssa, so I thought she might like that on there somewhere. And I've got a couple of glittery poinsettias. One of my wax seals. I've already used one on there. If you can see, I'll just pull that one out. So I've already used a wax seal, a green one. And then I've used a bit of gold pen just to highlight the imprint. And so I've got a gold one I could use and do it slightly differently. So I'll just put that one back in there. So yeah, I've got that. I've got some of the flowers that I made ages ago in Christmas colours. One of those might go on. This was a topper, I think, that came in a pack. Then I've cut it right down to make it fit. So that might go on there, on somewhere. Got some buttons and some other bits and pieces. I've got some little wooden decorations. These ones I did buy. There's some little wooden trees. I've already used one of them on one of the boxes. And they came. I think there were 3. One I've already used was green, and I've added some gold glitter. And this was painted white, and I've just added some red glitter, as you can see. I also had some little wooden stockings that I bought in a little pack. I think there's only maybe 5 in a pack. Not sure how many. And they were just plain green. I've got a green one and a red one, and I've added some cotton wool because it was white, had a little bit of white fabric across the top, but I wanted to make it a bit more fluffy, a bit more, well, just more. So I put cotton wool on the top, and I used my gold pen just to do a little pattern, and then there's a little bit of glitter on the toe and on the heel on that one, and then on this one I've also added the cotton wool. Done some spots with my gold pen and a little bit of glitter on the toe. So those are quite sweet. Yeah, so they're all my little bits, all my little toppers. I think I've got enough here to cover all the rest of my boxes. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, the other thing I have got ready, which I may not have enough of, are the numbers. I've been die cutting numbers. So I've got some gold here. I've got green ones here, made out of the same green paper, and red ones. And mostly I've used the same paper, but I have run out of this spotty, the one with the gold embossed spots. So in the same pack, it had the same paper, but with white spots instead of the gold. So I have actually had a go. No, I did have a go at using my gold pen to fill in the spots to make them gold, which I think, have I already used? I think I may have already used and made some numbers. I'm not sure what I've done with it, but I had some here. So I've got a variety more. I've got some more cardstock is basically what I'm saying. So I can make more numbers if I haven't got enough, which I probably won't have, but I didn't really know what numbers I was going to need. So I just, I bought this little die set of numbers. So I've got those ready here, and then I can make whatever numbers I need. So that's all my bits and pieces. Let's get started. I want to do number 24 because I know that's going to be this one. So let's start with that. And I did make it look a bit different. So I've got, instead of using the paper that I had used for the boxes, I've actually got some red foiled cardstock, like the gold, but in a shiny red, so it really stands out. So something like that. So I just need a little motif to go on the side, and I've been tossing up between using the Christmas tree, which would just fit there. It only just fits, but I did manage to get the other one on without. If you see, oh, if I pull out the other one, oh, that one is a really tight fit. Here it is. So I've got the other one on, the green one, with the gold glitter on there. But it's the same colour background, so maybe I should do something else. But that was one idea. And the other one was, I thought maybe because that's when you hang up your stocking, maybe it'd be nice to have the red stocking for number 24, which was my original thought, and I still think I quite like that idea because it's because it's when you hang up your stocking, isn't it? So I think that's what I might do. Put my little stocking, my little red stocking on there with the number 24. So let's get out the old art glitter glue and make a start on this first one. I hope I'm in camera. Can you see? Yes. Getting paranoid now because the last video I did, I kept wandering off screen without realising. So now I'll be checking every 5 minutes to see if I'm still on screen. Yes, so as I mentioned, our Christmas this year was very different to any Christmas we've had, well, ever, I suppose, because for 30 years, at least, Christmas has always been at our house. You know, it's as you do. Your parents, you host everybody else. So the first many years, it was either my parents would come to us when the girls were young, or my mother-in-law and brother-in-law would come to us, and they would do it alternate years. And that was how it was. I think for a few, 2 or 3 times when the girls were small, we did go to my mum and dad. But for most of their lives, we had them coming to us. And I guess I hadn't really thought about it. It must have been quite strange for them the first time they did that, because they'd always done it. You know, it's the way things move on, isn't it? They had always done Christmas, and the grandparents came to them, and so it goes on. So for years they came to us, and then they were no longer with us. It was just my in-laws used to come, and now it's just my brother-in-law is still comes, because we lost my mother-in-law a couple of years ago. So it was always at ours, but I was finding it really hard going towards the end. The last couple of years, last few years, I suppose. And then it got to the point when the girls were partnered up. Either one couple would come to us and the other couple would go to their in-laws and vice versa. But they'd always join us, I think, on Boxing Day. We used to be all of us on Boxing Day, and then the couple that stayed with us for Christmas would move on to their in-laws, and then the other couple would arrive and stay with us for a few days. So Christmas used to be several days long, shall we say, which was lovely. I mean, I really enjoyed that extra bit when it was a bit quieter and calmer. And we had somebody still here for a couple of days, and that was lovely. But this year, because we went to Jenny's, and in fact we were, it was the whole family together, which was the first time it's been everybody. There we go. Sorry, there's one done. It's the first time it's been everybody for many, many years, which was really lovely. But of course, it meant that once we all went home on Boxing Day, that was it for us. For Christmas was over. Right, let's see, what am I going to put on here? What about this poinsettia? That's rather pretty. Put that on there. If I can flatten it a bit, it's just a bit lumpy at the back. Let's see if I can flatten it down. Yeah, so we came home on the evening of Boxing Day, and it felt a little bit weird, to say the least. Different house. Everything about Christmas had changed, and it just did feel a bit deflated, I think, when I came home. Right, we've got to figure out, because now I've done 1 to 9, so I need to do number 10. So I think I'm going to do the 10 and 20 are going to be in gold. I'm not going to do very many gold ones. But I thought it'd be nice to do the 10 and the 20 in gold. Let's see if I can fit it on. Don't know whether to put it. Let's have a look, see how it goes. Otherwise, I'll put it on the other side. Will that work? Can I put it next to each other? I'll just squeeze these on. See if I can get that on together. Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, it's really pretty. Let's put these on first to make sure they fit. Yeah, so coming home after Christmas, it was the shortest Christmas we've ever had. I mean, don't get me wrong, we really enjoyed it. It was a really lovely Christmas, just to have the whole family, was 8 of us, including Alyssa, around the table. I mean, that is definitely a first. And Jenny and Gary were fantastic hosts. They very much did it as a team. We weren't required to do anything. Again, that was a first. And they did a brilliant job. We had a wonderful Christmas meal, and 8 of us around the table. I mean, it was just magic. And it was lovely to see Alyssa. She She got into a bit of an opening frenzy at one point. To start with, she was only interested in the one present that she'd asked for. She knew what she wanted. It was a bit like last year. She knew exactly what she wanted, and once she'd opened that one, it was a dolly, because she loves her dollies. And she played with that, and then opened, I think, another one, and then suddenly it was like, ooh, there's lots of presents here. She went into a bit of a frenzy, was barely able to look at one before she moved on to the other, which I think is quite normal for youngsters, but it was the first time she'd done that. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac for this just to make sure it sticks. Like that. So I will link Charlotte Peterson's video if you're interested to watch what she did. I mean, it may be that you can still get those Stampin' Up! Advent calendars. I don't know. I think she'd had hers a while. And it comes as a kit. So all this cutting out of the boxes was already done. Just punch them out. So I had to do a bit more work in a way, because I had to do mine from scratch and choose my papers. But the bit that you want to do, and she had done the same. She'd used all her own bits and pieces to decorate it with. It is just the papers that came with it. I think some of my bits came from, a couple of little packs did come from the Works, and I've got a couple from Hobbycraft. But the majority of things I'm using I actually just had in my stash, and I've just raided my various bits and pieces and see what I could find. And mostly I've come up with things that I had. So that's quite handy. So there's number 10. So you don't need to put an awful lot. They're only tiny little boxes, as long as you've got your number on and a bit of decoration and you're away. But it just looks so effective. And when I've finished decorating them all, we'll put them all in and see how it all looks at the end, which I'm really excited about. Right, so what colour numbers? I need number 20, number 10, number 11 now, don't I? Let's see how many. I think I use red on this one because the green will blend in too much. I like it to be a bit of a contrast. So I got 2 number 1s. Yes, I have. Right. So we'll put those. So sometimes they're on one side and sometimes they'll be on the other, just to ring the changes a little bit. Okay, let's put those there and let's see what we can fit here. Now I'm thinking Christmas tree actually. Well, I don't think that works, the white on white. No, it's got to be something with a bit more contrast. No, don't like that one there. Is that one of my flowers? Picked out a couple, I think. Yeah. Just decide which look better. There's that one. This might be better. It's got more of a pop. Oh, wait, what did you do that on the other Christmas tree? On the another Christmas tree. I don't want the things to look the same, so I can't use that. So what else can I use? What about the little wreath? I don't know how well that's going to stick. It's a bit. She had one of these and she trimmed it all. I don't know whether I can get some more to come off. I might try and trim it again. I tried to trim it a bit just to make it lie flatter. But I might just try doing that as well. Just trim off some of the bits at the back to make it a bit flatter. Right, I was just trying to decide whether I can put them on like this. I had to do a quick battery change. And I'm just trying to decide if the 12 looks a bit odd like that. I think it will work like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this on. It's now lost. It's a little bit tacky, but it's certainly lost enough. Hasn't got enough sticky on the back of it now to not to use glue. Right, number 12. It is done. 13. So I think when I did the plaid before, the red showed up better than the green. So I need red numbers for 13. Then I'm going to have to punch some more. I've got one more one. This one. Have I got a 3 in my little pot of numbers? 6, 5, 2, everything but that. Oh, hang on, what's this? Yes, I have. I've got a number 3. There we are. 13. What should we use on here? Flower. No, the green doesn't show up very well. Maybe it's a good place for the Christmas tree. How about that? And it's on the other side to where I put the other one, so that's okay. And that will work quite nicely. There we go. Decision made. Another number 1 here. Okay, number 13. And number 14. Oops. Right, so what should we use on here? How about, I've got this. I have used it on one place, but on one box. I mean, there's no reason not to use some of these more than once, because they'll look different on a different background and with a different number. So I quite like this. And if I can put it, or maybe I can put it there, just for a different occasion. Let's try, we need a green 14, so there's the number 4. Maybe put that down here somewhere. Have I got a 1? No, I don't think I've got another 1, so I'm going to have to just do a bit more. Die cut a few more numbers. Oops, let's put this lid on before I get... So I've got my little Sizzix sidekick. I don't think you can get them anymore, but this one I got from eBay some time ago, and it's brilliant for this. And my little numbers, and my plates. So let's get a piece of the green. Oops. Could do a few numbers. I wonder if I can get a few numbers out of the Christmas tree. But I do like the green and the red. They stand out more, don't they, than using any of the white ones. Okay, so I'm going to do... Certainly I need another number 1. It's hard to know what numbers I'm going to need, so I'll probably just do as many as I can get on here. I probably won't need... Not sure if I need all of these, but I'm just going to do a small selection. I probably need 1 and 2 again, I think. Didn't entirely cut it terribly well. So there's my 1, and I'm going to do another one another one and another 2. There's a little pokey pokey. Right, I can do a few more if I need them. I've just got enough for now. Alright, so let's go back to number 14. So there was my number 1, there's my number 4, and there's my holly. Yep, like that. I feel like there's a bit missing on the number 4, but I think it's okay. Right, just glue these on. Right, 14. Okay, next. No, not that one. Should we do this? No, that was... Okay, we'll do this one, 15. They're fairly random, but I don't want the numbers, consecutive numbers, to be the same pattern. Actually, I might do number 15 in this one. Yep, 15. Okay, what can we put on here? I've got this little fella that I cut out of a Christmas card. He's quite sweet. And he needs red. Have I got a red 5? Yes, I have. Have I got red number 1? Yes, I have. 15, like that. I feel like I need to ink him a bit because it's very white around the edge where I cut him. Okay, yep, I quite like him on there. He's quite sweet. There we are, number 15. What haven't I done lately? Green one. Okay. 16, so I'm going to need a red 16. I bet I've run out of red number 1s now. I've got the 6. I'm going to have to die cut some more number 1s. And 17, 18. I got a number 9. Yep. So I just need to do another number 1 and another number, probably another number 2. And I've got this piece of paper which has got the white dots. I'm just going to colour in the dots with my gold pen. Right, so I did spend a little bit of time cutting out some more 1s and 2s in the red and the green, just so I've got enough numbers now to finish off. So I've got the 16 here, and I think what I'm going to use for number 16, I've got this gold wax seal, and it says North Pole official seal, and I have used one already. I think I showed it to you earlier, which I used for the number 2, like that. So I think I'm going to also put something behind it, but I'm going to use a bit of this ribbon and do it down there, and I think that will look quite nice. So, right, I need to just trim this a little bit. Don't want the fluffy stuff. I'm going to put that first. Cut that to size. Hope I've got it straight, don't think I have. I can straighten that up though. That should do it. And I put the number 16 here and the wax seal. Let's put that over a bit as far as I can. And I should put the wax seal like that. Okay, let's get gluing. Right, number 16 is done. Okay, let's do a plaid one. Right, I think for decoration I'd like to use some of these. Maybe like that. That'd be nice. And number 17 we've got, so I think we're going to go red again, because I don't think the green's going to show up on here very well. So yeah, I already did. I did the plaid in the 13, so what number are we on? 17. Maybe I ought to do the plaid for number 18, just because it's a bit too close. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I'll do number 17. Hopefully now I've got enough numbers. There's number 17. Number 7, should I say. Let's see. I do it like that. That going down there. That going like that. Those clustered like that. There we are. That's number 17. And done. Next, what we got here? A red one. Right, can we put on the red one? Oh, I think I might put the little stocking. So where have I put my other one? Yeah. So how about putting the little green stocking on here? And we want number 18. So number 1. And number 8. It's here somewhere. Number 8, there it is. Okay. Do I need to put a little something extra on there? A little bit of trim along the bottom, maybe. I'm not totally committed yet. Don't know if there'll be room. There's something like that. No. Ooh, what about the green rickrack? I've got a very narrow green one. there. I'm thinking along there. That work? Maybe not. Take it down. No, doesn't work. Leave it as it is then. I'll think about that, but I'm going to just put these on anyway. I found this little pack of table confetti, little gold stars, all different sizes, in my stash. So I just added some little tiny stars, and I just think that finishes it off without too much, but it just needed a little something extra in my mind. So there we are, that's done. And the next one, we'll do one of these. Number 19, so we need a red. Red for this. One. Have we got a 9? Every number but probably. Oh, that's annoying. Yes, I didn't have a red. Got a green 9. I wonder if the green would, how would the green would look. Let's have a look. Maybe I'll use green for a change on here. Just don't feel it shows up quite enough. Let's have a look. Red or green? I think the green will probably be okay. Save me die cutting another number, but I don't really, if I don't need to. What should we do? 19. Let's put it on the other side. Like that. And let's have, what should we use? Got this. So I've already used buttons on one of these, and I've already used my flowers on one of these. Ooh, let's just put, okay. So, wondering about this. Well, it's going to be a bit tight for space now, isn't it, with both of these, or a bit. Unless I overlap it a bit. A is for Angel and Alyssa. Could I get the 9 on there as... No, it's going to be too much, isn't it? No, I don't like that. Don't really like them on top of each other. No, I did it with one of them. I think I did it with the 15, but it didn't look too bad with the 15, but I think it needs to be at least like that. So I need to use something else. That's just going to be too big. That's a shame, isn't it? I already cut it down quite a lot to try and fit it on. But what about using that? I think that will be alright. It fits on there quite nicely. So I think that's what I'm going to do. $19 done. Right, so now I've just got the last 4 to do. These one, this one, and this one. So I'm just going to find what I need, and I'll get them glued on, and then we'll just get them all put into the calendar. So I've got the 2 buttons here. So what would they go? About like, think like that. I do have a 3rd button if I need it to maybe put in the corner, but I think 2 is probably enough because they're quite a good size. So 2 buttons on there. The poinsettia on there or on there. Just got to flatten this out a bit like I did with the other one. It's kind of got a bit of wire in the middle. I'm going to flatten it down a bit. There we are. It's a bit better. Maybe on there. Okay, I've got these little... I've got those stars. I've got these stars that might look quite nice on here. Or... I'll try and put that on one of these. Maybe I'll try and do that and see if I can squeeze on. What number shall I put on here? 21 might be the best option. Let's see if I can do 21. No, that's a 5. I might just be able to squeeze 21 on there. So we'll do that one. Now, what did I do for a 10? I did that on the gold, so I need to do 20 with gold. I think the gold would look nice on here. Just fitting it on. It's quite a big 0, this one. Maybe I need a little one in this corner. I might do that. Go like that. And I want something for in here. Oh yes, I was going to do my little stars would be nice on here. I've also got these ones. I don't know whether to add those as well. Just go a bit star crazy. Right, so that's 21, 20. So I need 22 would be here. 22. Something like that. And 21. Remember, we've already done 24. 21 in the green. Oh, that's red. What's that doing on there? Don't tell me you haven't got another one. I thought I'd cut loads more. Oh, I wonder. I've got the plaid numbers in a 20 and a 1. Maybe I'll use those. Let's have a look. No, I've done 21. What am I doing? 23. I need 23. Silly Billy. 23. Yes, I've got a 3. Go back to the green. 23. Alright, so they're all my numbers and decorations are chosen, so I've just got to fit them all on. So I'll be right back when I've done that. So they're all glued. I made a couple of little changes. I added some green thread to the little button here. This one I did change. I was going to use... Where'd I put it? I was going to use the Merry Christmas, which is really nice and I like it. But I had to put the A on for Alyssa. I had to put it on somewhere. So I swapped that out. And that works quite well with the 21. For some reason on the other one I was trying to use it with, it just didn't fit because these numbers are a bit narrower. Or the number 1 is anyway. It just about fitted. I swapped out the 2 glittery, sort of more blingy stars for 2 the same. So I've got 5 stars all matching, and I like those. I think that looks really nice on there. So yeah, so they're all ready to go in the calendar now. All done. Ooh, it's been such a fun project. I've really enjoyed doing it. So thank you to Charlotte for the idea. I would never have thought of doing something like this, but I've really enjoyed it. And so let's bring in this big boy. See if we can find room for all the boxes. Well, we know they'll fit. It's just getting them all into the shapes. So I want to put hang on, let's put number 17 in there. Number 15 I will put over here. Number 19 I might put up here. Number 10, I'm just trying to swap out all the numbers so they don't, or the patterns, so they're not next to each other. And I'm going to put that one there. And also the designs, you know, I don't want 2 Christmas trees next to each other. I might have to fiddle around with some of these and swap them out a little bit more. But where shall we put that one up there? That one. And I've got 2 of those next to each other, so I might move that one down to here. No. Maybe there. Then I'll put 23. No, I won't. I'm going to put 23 down here. I need a red one, so let's put 21 in there. And what else we got? Number 12 there. Number 11 can go down here. Number 20 there. Down here. Down here. Sorry, can you see that? So 20's gone in there. I think I need another. I need a green in there. And I put that red in there. I might swap that one. No. That one. Where's I going to put it? Put the red here. That one can go over here. That one can go over here. And all I've got to do now is put in the final piece, which is number 24, which I want to put right at the top, like that. So there it is. I'm really pleased with this. So all I've got to do now, I've got a year now to find little things to go in all the boxes. I mean, they're not very big, so I'm just going to find, probably most of them will have chocolate of some sort in them, but some of them might have little gifty things that I can find if I pick things up over the year that might just fit in those boxes. And of course every year we can swap around the order and stuff like that, but yeah, love it. So thank you very much for joining me for this. The idea is that every other year I'm going to be doing, I did the Christmas Eve box for Alyssa this year, and on the years I don't do that because she's with her other grandparents, well, I'll only do Christmas Eve box if I'm actually with her on Christmas Eve to give it to her. So on the other years I'll give her this instead. So it'll be not, you know, I won't have to do both, I'm hoping, each year. I'll either do one or the other. Because Jenny did buy her a big Avon calendar fabric one that she can pop chocolate and things in. So she can use that on the year when we don't use this one. But I've told her about this and she's quite happy to do it that way. And then I can just spend, every other year I'll fill up the boxes in this. So yeah, I hope you can see it. I hope it's sort of more or less on camera. There we go, is the top. I'll go through one more time, then I'll put a picture of it at the end. And there we are, all the different boxes, all decorated, and so much fun. And not really an expensive project because I had most of the stuff already. I only had to buy the frame. and that wasn't too bad at all. So there we are. Thank you for joining me for this little Christmas New Year stroke project, and I'll be back with you hopefully very soon, maybe this week, to do something else. I'm not sure what. It might be doing a bit of work in my Christmas journal. I'm still not quite done with Christmas because, as you know, I started it really late, so I'm still working a little bit in Christmas. I know everybody else is moving on, but I'm not quite ready to yet. But soon I will be, very soon. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me, and bye for now.